Picture this for a minute. You're running away from an enemy, and right before you is a great sea that is obviously impossible to cross without help. And behind you is your enemy in hot pursuit of you. As a believer, your best viable option is to turn to God, so you do. But you don't see his response coming because he says, move forward. You might want to listen to the end because every part of this episode will bless you. Hi, I'm Oma, and this is the Rest Podcast. This podcast is about journeying to the place of rest away from everything the enemy dares to stage against your peace. In this podcast, I share refreshing and living spirit-inspired truth every Monday morning and Friday evening. You can follow the podcast on Facebook and Instagram to keep up with latest updates. The link is in the description, and once again, welcome on board. Today's episode is a charge. It's instructional and it's for everyone still stalling on what God has told them to do because of various factors. This episode is for you who's on the verge of disobeying God because of so many things, especially fear and uncertainty. You see, in Exodus 14, the Israelites experienced something we are all too familiar with. They came between the devil and the deep blue sea, literally, even though in their own case it was a Red Sea, like you might be, between a rock and a hard place. So they went ahead to ask God what to do, and he said, move forward. At that point, it looked unreasonable and impossible. But the thing is, every time that God speaks, he moves. Some of the best decisions I've made in my walk with God happen in moments of great fear and uncertainty. I had to make a deliberate choice to just trust God. And that is what I've been sent to tell you to do this morning. Just trust God. What is it that God has called you to do that looks impossible and terrifying? That looks like something that is bigger than you? You see, I've come to realize that most times the things that God calls us to are beyond us, even our own journeys. And so we can get easily intimidated, especially when we have our eyes tilted towards the wrong things. God said to Moses, "Why are you crying out to me?" You see, when I read this verse for the first time, I was like, what do you mean by why are you crying out to me? Who are you supposed to cry out to in the first place? Are you not the one that told Moses to go to Egypt and bring out these people from the hands of the Egyptians? And now you are saying, why are you crying out to me? But then God tells them to get moving. After this will come the instruction to stretch forth his rod, and then the miracle of dividing the Red Sea will happen. But today's focus is in the verse where God tells them to move. There are so many lessons to draw out from the story, but the one that stands out to me is the fact that so many times we are waiting on God when God is waiting on us. Yes, we take too much time trying to process things, forgetting that we can just trust God and move. God is asking you today, why are you crying out to me like someone without help? Why are you crying out without faith? Will you not move forward? You see, the Egyptians you see today will be no more tomorrow if you just move. They can't go with you to the promised land. No matter how fierce they look, they're not the ones the land was promised to. So no matter the history you have with them, move. Are you scared? Move. Do you feel unprepared? Move. I don't know how many stories I've read of, even in scriptures, where the people ever felt qualified for what they were called to. Yet they obeyed God and moved. You see, God qualifies the called who obey, not the ones waiting to be qualified before they move. Does it look like he's calling you into uncertainty? Well, move regardless. He shall direct your path, and that is a promise. God does not fail. God is saying to you, forget the things of old. The victories and trophies you've accumulated can be the reason why you don't move any further. Imagine if the Israelites stayed shining the trophies of the 10 signs that God wrought in Egypt. How would they have known that God could even do more? That he could provide quail and manna for them in the wilderness if they did not move. Oh, thank God for the 10 signs in Egypt, but there was more. God is saying to you this morning, forget about what has happened. Don't keep going over old history. Be alert. Be present. I'm about to do something brand new. You see, our presents become our past very quickly. So don't let your present fears cripple you to the extent that you don't take bold steps. Don't let your present become a past that affects your future negatively. The charge this morning is to move forward. No looking back. There's no stopping you now. Move forward. Even if it looks bleak and you can't seem to make sense of it, move forward. Even if you're terrified and you would rather not, move forward. Most times, the things you desire are at the other side of fear and anxiety and your obsession with controlling your life. Move forward. Crawl, stumble, hop, run, but by all means, move. Do it afraid. Do it unqualified. Do it especially because God says so. Don't deny God a new way to show forth His glory through your life. Don't let His instructions to you become your disobedience. Why are you crying as if He didn't instruct you to move already? What does it take for you to trust a God who has a proven track record of infallibility? Listen up. If God has told you to start something, it's because He has finished it. This morning, I didn't come here to say much. I just came to give the instruction, and the instruction is clear. Child of God, move.